Hello friends, welcome to lesson number 5. In this lesson, we will learn what the role of the soul is from the perspective of the system of creation. This is a hardcore Kabbalistic wisdom that may require some effort to understand, so I suggest that you listen to this lesson more than once. So, what is the spiritual frequency encoded in the soul? The soul is a being of pure light that contains a natural will to receive. When the soul exists in the higher spiritual worlds, this will isn't active. There are no selfish desires, and everything operates in perfect unity and harmony. The Creator made the soul his partner in the work of creation. The soul's mission is to create vessels and fill them with divine light. This is how the soul helps God reveal himself in the world. What does building a vessel mean? Building a vessel means taking the will to receive from its potential state and turning it into a tangible vessel, transforming it into a thick, rough, and material vessel that can actually hold light. Think of it like creating a container strong enough to hold infinite energy. These vessels can be anything in creation: trees, animals, objects, or human consciousness. But for the soul, its main vessel is a human being. The soul's divine mission is to transform the basic desire to receive into a thick, dense vessel and reveal divine light within it. This allows eternal light to manifest in our physical world. The secret is in lights and vessels. The soul must transform vessels so they can absorb light by changing the desire to receive into a higher level of will, the desire to influence or bestow. Why is this important to the Creator? The Creator wants to reveal himself within himself. He divides infinite light and reduces it so it can be realized in countless vessels, from the largest to the smallest. When a coarse, dense, dark vessel finally fills with light, it creates divine wonder and satisfaction. So, why can the soul build vessels in the spiritual worlds? In the higher spiritual worlds, the world of formation, the Creator's light is completely visible. The soul's spark gets nullified by this greater light, like a candle disappearing next to a bright torch. The soul's light isn't visible there and can't transform any transformative actions. Therefore, the Creator created a system, vital souls, nefashot, in the physical world, upon which higher souls can clothe themselves within human bodies. The soul is an eternal, formless entity that exists across multiple dimensions and time periods simultaneously. It can clothe itself in many different human beings, giving each person the specific vessels it needs to develop and transform. Here's how the process works. Life challenges create vessels. The soul gives a person certain life experiences, dramas, difficulties, challenges that force him to deal with negative, challenging situations. These life dramas force him to descend into the shells, the klipot. While coping with these challenges, man builds bigger, stronger vessels within himself. However, these vessels are initially covered by screens or blockages. Life circumstances pressure the person to change their consciousness and perspective. This removes the screens from the vessels and transforms them. Here is the bigger picture. Every person is essentially a vessel for fulfilling the soul's tasks. Sometimes a soul has enormous work to accomplish. So it incarnates through many different people, putting each one of them through significant life experiences. The soul takes portions of its embedded will to receive and attaches them to different people. Each person gets the specific dose, which they must transform into the will to influence or the will to bestow. Most people are unconsciously aware of this process. They experience life events, challenges, and growth without realizing they are participating in their soul's cosmic mission of vessel building and light revelation. Through this process, divine light gradually fills the material world. Each transformed vessel becomes a place where infinite light can manifest in a restricted reality. This is the soul's partnership with the Creator, bringing the divine one to earth, one transformed vessel at a time. Then the soul moves to the next stage in its development, but cannot complete it alone. It must wait for the rest of its fragments to rise to its level as one piece at the end of the general rectification. In the final stage, the entire unified soul, which contains all its fragments within itself, moves into an almost divine state. It is encoded by the will to influence in order to influence. At this stage, it completes its development without shells and concealments, in equality of form with the Creator. In our next lesson, we will explore specific examples of how souls undergo their rectifications through real-life experiences, making this process more concrete and understandable. So thank you, and see you in the next lesson.